You got to stay away from the unhappy and the unlucky. That's law number 10 in the 48 Laws of Power. I would suggest everybody read that book. Law number 10 is infection. Stay away from the unhappy and the unlucky. You know how when you see somebody coughing and sneezing and it's like flu and cold season, and you're like, oh, I gotta stay away from this motherfucker. I can't get sick. I can't afford to get sick. I can't have this type of shit around me. It's the same thing you gotta do with anybody that's unhappy and unlucky. Now, for some of us that are empaths, the one thing that we like to do is we like to help people. We like to try to save people. I've seen people in my family do this where they'll put themselves in a position to where they're putting themselves behind an 8 ball trying to help other people. And I know that for a lot of people, that's like the Christian way. And this side of the family is very much Christian. But the problem with that is when you put yourself around people that are unlucky and unhappy, it's just like a disease. You will become infected with that shit. You will become infected with the unluckiness, the unhappiness. You will become infected with being broke. I don't give a fuck how much money you have. Trust me when I tell you this. Story time. So when I was in my 20s, I was dating this woman who was fine as all hell. She was so fine. Had a big old ass. Titties was hella big. She was fine. She had that gok 10,000. Niagara Falls pussy, all that shit. She was, but the bitch was unlucky as hell. And her unluckiness was because she put herself in positions to where she would lose. She thought just because she was fine, somebody would come and save her. And this is the only time in my life I ever did this. I put myself in a position where I would listen to her talk about how fucked up this person did her and that person did her. And I just wish I had some help and all this and all that and all this other shit. And I did it. And I continued to listen to her. I would put her and make sure that I'm going to give her some money. I'm going to look out. This was my bitch. This is somebody I was dating at the time, right? This is a chick I was actually dating. And what happened? As her shit started to increase, my shit started to decrease. You feel me? I've had friends in my past, in my 20s, where I felt like, well, I got enough money and I have enough mental strength and emotional intelligence to deal with their shit too. Like seriously, at 21, 22 years old, I would throw myself in the fire for certain people to see them come out unscathed. And what happened when I lost everything? They weren't around. Trust me when I tell you this. Unlucky people, leave them where they are. And the signs of an unlucky person is this. You might only talk to them. Number one, you might only talk to them every now and then. Fellas, you might have that chick you went to college with. Or from the old neighborhood. Y'all both moved out. You only talk, you've known them 5, 10, 15, 20 years. And you reach out annually just to see how they're doing. Ain't nothing wrong with that. You reach out annually just to see how they're doing. And every time you reach out to them, hey, how you doing? How's everything going? It's always some woe is me shit. Oh, my car needs to get fixed. Oh, my job. Oh, this, oh, that. Oh, nope. That's when you be like, all right, well, I hope it gets better for you. And you get the fuck on. You cut that conversation off. Just interacting with people that are infectious. And understand this. Unluckiness, unhappiness is infectious. If you are on a roll, like where I'm at right now, I'm on a fucking roll. You know what I'm saying? I have 4 streams of income coming in right now. I have 3 of them that are all residual. I have good money coming in. I have a great life with my wife right now. Everything is good with me and my wife. Everything is pretty much cool. And I only have maybe one aspect of my life or 2 that I do want to change, but it doesn't make me unlucky or unhappy. It's something that I need to work on, right? But I know that I'm doing extremely well. If I have anybody around me who's unlucky or unhappy, I'm not going to deal with them at all. If I reach out to you, and I do this a lot. I have people in my phone that I don't talk to that often that I'll reach out to and say, hey, how's everything going? And if I hear, oh, what was me? Oh, nope. See, it's one thing to sit here and say, hey, man, do you mind if I vent to you about what's going on with me? And then it's like, all right, well, let's come up with a solution. And then from that conversation, they actually take my advice to try to get better. And I reach out in a couple of months and I'm like, yo, did you try what I told you? And they're like, yeah, I tried it, man. It just didn't work out for me. I don't see nothing wrong with that. But if I give you some advice on where you are, because I've been broke, I've been unhappy, I've been unlucky, I've been infectious before, I've been radioactive before, and I give you some advice to come up out of that shit, and I reach out to you in a couple of weeks later and you haven't taken the first step on what I told you to do, you're okay with your unhappiness, and that's fine. Just don't come around me with that shit. And I'm gonna tell you, it might be people in your family, it might be your brother, your sister, it might be your best friend, it might be somebody you work with, it might be your neighbor, it might be your wife, it might be your husband. If you have somebody in your life that's unhappy and unlucky, I don't give a fuck how much you love them. You got to let them figure that shit on their own. And some people understand this. Some people are okay with wallowing in misery because they love the attention that you give them, because you want to try to save them. And you can't. And understand this is the number one thing I'm going to tell you. You can't save everybody. You can't. I can't save everybody. I tried to save a lot of people from, I see the sharks swimming in a cesspool that they're about to jump in, and they're like, I'm trying to, hey man, it's a caution sign right there. Watch what you're doing. Some people are so bored in their lives that they create their own drama. And I've seen it time and time again. And these type of people are infectious. They're unhappy and they're unlucky. They're radioactive and they're toxic. And you know what the sad thing about it is? 9 times out of 10, when you meet them, they're not going to be mean-spirited. They're not going to be evil people. They're going to be very, very, very nice. But don't let that nice ass sweetheart shit, smiles and all this, don't let that shit fool you. Because 9 times out of 10, they're unhappy, they're unlucky, and they're infectious. So the moment you realize someone is unhappy, unlucky, and infectious, you need to cut them out of your life. And I'm not saying like, oh, I'm not fucking with you ever again. But once you hear where they are and it sounds scandalous, you don't need to deal with it. Because if you're really trying to boss up in life, you ain't got time for the unhappy, the unlucky, and infectious. You dig? Hope you found some clarity, some gain, some wisdom in this video. But trust me, if you are getting to the bag, you're getting better in life, stay away from the broken-hearted, the broken-minded. Stay away from the infectious, the unlucky, the woe is me. Because you know what? These type of people, they're leeches. They love to attach to a host like you who has a big heart. And pretty soon, they're going to drain you of all your energy. So you got to stay away from them. All right? Peace and love.